Hey folks, welcome to the channel. We've got a first here. Well, this was a gift request of sorts, and it's Hank Williams Sr. at the first fall of snow, and it was requested by Thomas Kastner. So Thomas, shout out to you. Thank you for this. And the thing is, today I'm up in Jersey, and we're supposed to get a fair amount of snow and a fair amount rain, anything from 1 to 12 inches. Great forecast. At the first fall of snow, and we're getting the first fall of snow this year, and it's in January, which is much later than when we normally get it. Thomas said that he'd wager me $10 to a charity of my choice that I can't find a sadder song than this. It's written by Lorene Rose. I'm not going to take you up on the wager like that because I would never, it's just, there's only so many things I can do in life, but I am going to react to it and see if there's a sadder song than this. I don't know it. But of course, Red Savine's Teddy Bear is always right up there with the saddest songs and all that. But let's see how sad this is. Of course, who doesn't love Hank Sr.?
I talked with a stranger, so sad and forlorn. His garments were sackcloth, all tattered and torn. He told me a story of sorrow and woe. His heart went to heaven at the first fall of snow. He spoke of his angel, a dear baby girl. He loved every footstep, he loved every curl. But she went to heaven just 1 year ago. The angels came for her at the first fall of snow. He still had the dolly that she used to love. He held and caressed it and gazed up above. He whispered, my baby, you're waiting, I know. I'll bring you your dolly at the first fall of snow. And there as I listened, my eyes filled with tears. I knew she was part of his happier years.
And you could forget the fact, we're listening to the story of the girl and how she died and the dad, but in the beginning, didn't he say like this guy, I don't think he was homeless, but he wasn't, that's the sense I got, that the guy, he was dressed in sackcloth and all tattered and torn. He didn't have much at all. And then on top of that, this is what happened a year ago. So there's a lot going on in here that's gone wrong for this guy. It's hard to be human, but for some humans, it's way harder.
His frail body trembled. He spoke soft and low. I'll be with my baby at the first fall of snow. I patted his shoulder, my feelings to hide. He couldn't know I was crying inside. He smiled as we parted, 'cause he didn't know that we lost our baby at the first fall of snow.
That we lost our baby. So So is the implication there that he also lost a child? And I don't know the significance of the first fall of snow, but I know the footprints he mentioned in there. I mean, that could just be straight up literal. That's how I took it initially. But then he lost his at the first fall of snow. Maybe he was just identifying with the homeless man, the sadness and the sorrow that he experienced. But it might have also been the same story that happened to two different people. They may have each lost a child. And that's just brutal. I mean, the idea of like, I'll bring you your dolly. I mean, the things that kids love and you associate with that just unbridled. There are fewer barriers that kids have. You know, they love their teddy bear. If they're tired, they just lay down in the store. If they want to cry, they just let it all out. And then you learn, you know, different social constructs and stuff. But as kids, it's just beautiful and difficult at the same time. If you lose one, obviously, and I know some folks who've lost their kids, and it's absolutely brutal. But yeah, I mean, Thomas, of course. I mean, the whole song was just sad, sad, sad. But that last line, that he didn't know that I was crying inside, and then he finished it off with, "We lost our baby," and I'm like, oh gosh, that could have meant a bunch. It could have just been literal, you know. He lost one too, but he just didn't share that part with the guy who was telling his story about his lost one. So, all right, I'm going to rate this song. I will say Teddy Bear hit me harder, but it may have been because you had prefaced it that this is a sad song. And that's why I don't like to know much at all about songs. I like to experience them virginally, because if my expectations are set, and I mean, the human psyche is a funny thing, I guess is one way of putting it. But like Teddy Bear, that got me good. The emotion that I experienced at the end of Brad Paisley's Waiting on a Woman, the video version of it, because you had Andy Griffiths in it telling that story. It's like, oh, it just daggered me. This was a compelling story, and yeah, it's just sad. But the other ones did hit me harder. All right, I'll rate this one. And then, I mean, it's just Hank with guitar, plain and simple. A lot of his songs are just that, the true storytelling. Sort of, he didn't blaze a trail. He blazed his own trail, certainly. But the storytelling part of it. The number that popped into my head was a 9.1. And just the old school Hank Sr. I mean, every time I hear Hank Sr., I just feel like I'm getting a history lesson. The nostalgia is there. And I didn't grow up on Senior at all, or Junior. I didn't grow up on country. So thank you, Thomas, for that. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you around the channel more. I have no doubt. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.